All right, it's Friday. It's May 30th, and I just spent 10 minutes discussing this song, but I forgot to record from my good microphone, so I got to do this all over again. Like I was saying, this song is called Seen Angels Fall. It's kind of a spiritual, religious tune. I thought it was a waltz time signature, but when I played it, it's actually like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So it's not a waltz. For some reason, when I first picked this song to do this week, I thought it was a waltz because I love waltzes, but it's not. It's from my album On Sundays I Like to Play God, and it's kind of a fairly new album, probably from 5, 6, 7 years ago. And it's my tribute to Smashing Pumpkins' Siamese Dream. Probably my favorite album of all time is Siamese Dream. I was saying before I realized I didn't have my microphone turned on. I was of the Columbia House generation, if you remember that, where you would buy 12 CDs for like a penny, and then you had to buy one a month for the rest of the year or something stupid like that. And I think it was one of the albums I got, or maybe I borrowed it from somebody else. It was around that time when it first came out, though. Because I remember Soundgarden, Smashing Pumpkins, like that was all over the place. Dookie, it was around that same time period. Before that, like I didn't really listen to anything cool. Like I was MC Hammer, Criss Cross, Vanilla Ice. But then I kind of, maybe around Dookie time, maybe 7th, 8th grade, I remember going to see the Offspring at like the Pennsauken Expo Center, probably 7th grade. So it was around that time where I heard Smashing Pumpkins, and Siamese Dream just hit me differently. Like it's still my favorite guitar album. 30 years later, whatever it is, it's still my favorite guitar album, kind of because of the nostalgia of it. And it just blows me away with the walls of noise, and if it's shoegaze, if it's space rock, alternative grunge, whatever you want to call it, it's great, man. The lyrics are great, vocal melodies are good, but more than anything, the guitar parts is what really makes me go nuts over it. I would say, yeah, if I had to pick just one album, like gun to my head, what's your favorite album of all time? It would probably be Siamese Dream. And maybe that's one reason why, if I had a home studio and I had electric guitars and shoegaze pedals and all that crazy stuff, I would spend day and night to record. On Sundays I'd Like to Play God. It's probably, out of my 54 albums, it's the one I would pick to try to record professionally, and the best I could do on my own, at least. Because I'm always more afraid of the drumming because I don't have natural rhythm to play drums. Maybe I could use African drums or some shit just to add some percussive element. In terms of bass and drums, which is necessary on a shoegaze album, yeah, I don't know what I would do at that point, but I would have to just experiment with stuff and come up with whatever. Like, there's plenty of avant-garde types of albums that I enjoy, so adding an element of that might be good. If I recorded a shoegaze album without drums or bass guitar, like it would at least be a unique experience like that. Because I don't see myself ever being able to play drums on a professional drum set. bass guitar to make bass lines. I don't know. I could improvise something, get a synthesizer or some shit like that. I don't know. I'm always shopping on eBay, or I used to at least, looking for old synthesizers that I could use in the future. Because you can make bass sounds with that. Or you just use this and manipulate the acoustic guitar sounds and just make whatever I can make on my own. I tried to make a demo maybe 3 years ago, and I was playing drums on like my body, like hitting my chest, like the Wolf of Wall Street when he's like this. I was playing drums like that to try to get a percussive sound. So yeah, I could experiment with stuff. Maybe that's the reason I picked this song today, "Seen Angels Fall," because it has a very catchy melody, and I like the theme of it. It fits the entire album. On Sundays, I like to play God. There's a religious, spiritual quality to it, whatever you want to call it. And maybe this song highlights that theme and concept the most. And it's a simple song. I don't think I've played any song. I don't know if this is number 12, 13, 14, I forget. But all these songs are pretty basic, man. It took me maybe 15 minutes to come up with the chord progression and the arrangement this morning. I had a good demo already that kind of guided me to how to play the song, the chords I was using. It's the same exact chords that I used when I first came up with this song maybe 5-6 years ago. I believe I came up with this when the Sixers were playing the Raptors in the playoffs, when Kawhi Leonard hit that crazy shot at the end of the game. Because in the background of the original demo, I think it's from that playoff series, you can hear it in the background, the Sixers against the Raptors. So whatever year that was is probably when I came up with this song. And yeah, it's pretty simple. Like, I added that just to give it a transition from verse to verse. There's no chorus in this. It's just 4 verses and an outro that I came up with this morning. But I pretty much followed the original recording to a T. Whatever I came up with 5-6 years ago is what I came up with today. I just copied it and maybe added a couple different variations to stuff. So I guess I'll get right down to trying to perform it. And yeah, the lyrics are kind of basic. The 4 verses all end with a similar repetitive phrasing. Seen angels fall and test the sea. Seen angels fall and face to feet. Seen angels fall and drape the flesh. Seen angels fall and wake the sense. Alright, I'll just get right to the verses. The time signature is whatever that is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So you could play this pretty easily. I would say anyone who has a basic knowledge of E minor can play this song pretty easily. If I was teaching guitar to like a new player, I would probably pick a song like this. It's simple chords. Maybe just this part is kind of different. But yeah, it's very basic. All right, I'll try to get through this with my vocals. I was saying before, this song kind of fits my vocals a little bit. I feel like I could sing this kind of better than some of the other songs. Four, 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 four. There it is. Four. All right, maybe not. I've gone four. I've gone. Lines of crime, seen angels fall and test the sea, seen angels fall and face defeat. Generous, unreconciled, seen angels fall, draped the flesh, seen angels fall, awake the sense. I'll take a little breather. Maybe I spoke too soon when I said I could sing this song easily. Because there is an element of belting it out. The first two lines of the verse. Forced out of calm, lines of crime, seen angels fall and test the sea, seen angels fall and face defeat. I don't think I'll do the transition every time now that I think about it. I only do this transition after the second verse and after the fourth verse. I think it splits up the song better that way. Alright, so like I said, this song structure is very basic. You play those two verses, and then you go to the little transition thing where you could have a solo here. Yeah, you could go crazy because it is a tribute to Siamese Dream, and there's some crazy guitar parts on that. So I would like to try to be inspired by that. I'm not trying to copy it. I'm just trying to get inspired by the sound and feeling of that whole album, Siamese Dream. Yeah, again, I say it every week. People who can actually play solos, they could come up with something here to really bring the spirit of that song. And it fits like seeing angels fall. Like everyone could kind of connect to that. Somebody you might know or your own life. You just go through ups and downs in your life. It's a common theme in a lot of songs, and I think the guitar solos add to the energy of that. It kind of shows like that type of spirit. You're going down and up, going down and up. So yeah, there's possibility for that to break up the song. I'd rather have that than just come up with some chorus or bridge to add some different vocal. Maybe it's because I don't have faith in my vocals. I don't want to come up with bridges and choruses because a lot of choruses you have to really project your voice out, and maybe I try to shy away from that on purpose or subconsciously. But yeah, that's the basic song structure there. You play the two verses, then you play some solo, and then you can go to verse 3 after that, and it's the same exact vocal melody, the same exact chord arrangement. I'll try to sing it a little bit better. A couple of videos when I did my Neutral Milk Hotel cover, I was saying how I wouldn't eat anything before I do these on Fridays because maybe that would help my voice, but I did have breakfast today. Like all I eat is like my coffee pudding thing. I have coffee and like cereal, avocado, and a grapefruit and an apple. That's about it. Some cinnamon. I don't know if that's good for your voice or not. Recently I bought chamomile tea because I do drink chamomile tea every day. That's supposed to be good to open up your throat. And I heard apples are good. I eat apples every day. What was I going to say? Because I'm on the vegan diet, like I can't put honey. I almost bought maple syrup to put in my tea, but then I was like, it's too much sugar. Like I get too paranoid about dietary stuff. It gets annoying, man. So I can't use honey, but maybe I can come with something else to replace that. Alright, so yeah, after you do that little guitar part, you could go to right back to verse 3. Chaos on time, perception coded, seen angels fall without the praise, seen angels fall in ecstasy. Tall, glowing red, born at your feet, seen angels fall in disbelief, seen angels fall in peace. for the professional people, play something cool there. And when I was singing that, I was reminded of the movie Hustle and Flow. When Hustle and Flow, I love that movie. Underrated music movie with Terrence Howard, where they first get together and try to record the demo, and he's getting the female vocalist to sing like she means it. Like, hopefully, when I'm in the right situation and I actually have like a home studio with real, I don't know, real guitars, electric guitars, and effects and stuff like that. I don't want to do it on my vocals. I want my natural vocals, even if they suck. I don't want to use like auto tune and stuff because I don't really like that stuff. Like, imagine Siamese Dream or Nirvana Nevermind with auto tune. It would ruin it. Any like Pixies or punk rock stuff. The Ramones, what if they used auto tune? It would be terrible, man. Auto tune in general only works for club music, I think. Maybe some R&B, but if you're a vocalist like Mary J. Blige who sings R&B, like, do you really need to use auto tune? You already have a powerful voice. Mariah Carey, did she have to use auto tune? Like, I don't understand auto tune. I think it's a stupid gimmick that will go away eventually. Maybe it's cool in some rappers that can't really sing. Rappers will use it. Maybe for that it kind of works, but even that's kind of cheesy after a while. If I had to predict the future, I would say auto-tune will finally leave, like disco. It'll be, people will just get tired of auto-tune eventually. Because I think there's more beauty in like natural vocals, even if my vocals suck. I could keep working on it and working on it and get something acceptable. And you'll probably be, if I get a good take of a song like this, and I finally get chaos on time, and it actually sounds good, you could probably hear the frustration in my voice finally getting it out. And that's like a beauty of hearing something like that on a record. In my book, I listed like my favorite vocalists and stuff, and I don't think I listed any albums or favorite vocalists that use auto-tune. Maybe I'm wrong. Sometimes you can't even notice it. But I would say almost 90% of the time I'm anti-auto-tune, anti any fake gimmicks and effects like that just ruin it. For the type of music I'm making like this, it doesn't call for glitzy, glamorous effects like that. So it's not even something I think about really. I think about how my vocals kind of suck. And I would have to practice this a lot to get good at it. I might have to stand up so I have better posture and learn other tricks of the trade that could really make an amateur voice, or whatever you want to call my voice, make it sound at least presentable. I usually term it that. I want to sound like presentable at least. Not that I want to be mediocre. I'm not shooting for mediocrity, but I just want it to be presentable. Like, I don't know who to compare it to. Like, they might be giants, like, but they can carry a tune. They actually can sing, and they have breath control. I'm trying to think of bands I like with bad vocals, but I can't really think of anything off the top of my head. When I put this Substack post together, I'm probably just going to use Siamese Dream tracks, because this entire On Sundays I Like to Play God is supposed to be a tribute to Siamese Dream. Maybe there's some Soundgarden songs that kind of relate to this feeling too, because Soundgarden goes for that spiritual element sometimes. Just freaky stuff. I'm a big fan of Soundgarden as well. Really just Bad Motorfinger and Super Unknown. I don't really connect with too much of their later stuff, but it's not bad. It's still good. So you get through those four verses with the little guitar breaks in between. And then whatever noodling you do there, you go right to the outro section, which is kind of completely different. It sounds like, and I've done this before with a different song, it sounds like Phantom of the Opera, but it's hard not to copy that. I love that. It sounds like I just love the way that progression is. Am I doing it right? I think I forget how to play this already. One second. That's it, yeah. Mess around with it too. I love that. It might be like my favorite chord progression, even if it's only two chords. It's just I love the way that feels, and you can get so heavy with a jam at the end. This is the outro part. Get heavier and heavier again. Yeah, I'm a straightforward songwriter. Like I just want this to be loud as shit, and the ending of my songs, I always want it to be like an epic. Just get it all out, man. If a song is supposed to be like some kind of a catharsis, sometimes at least, or you can at least make up some bullshit to convince people it is. Like, this song might actually be about something. I don't know if it's a personal song about my own life or some other... I don't know. I really don't know. But if a song is supposed to present some kind of closure to some emotional thing you're going through, you might as well get it all out. You know, get it the fuck out. You have to picture the shoegaze quality to this. Playing it on acoustic is cool, but if you had the loud, distorted guitars, loud, just crazy, fuzzy effects of something like Siamese Dream or albums like that, even the band like Ministry, like I love how they develop industrial noise. All right, so those will be the three bands I put on my Substack: Soundgarden, Smashing Pumpkins, of course, and Ministry. I don't know Ministry that well, but the mind is a terrible thing to taste, I think it's called. Maybe I got it wrong, I forget. But I really loved that album the first couple times I heard it. And yeah, I just like walls of sound, like whether it's shoegaze or industrial stuff. Nine Inch Nails does it. Just something that could just completely. It feels like your brain is shaking inside your head, and I just like that overall feeling you get from music like that. So that's the ending. That could go on for maybe 2 minutes, like a drone type of thing. Seen angels fall. Seen angels fall. Seen angels fall. Angels fall. Seen angels fall. Oh, seen angels fall. That could be all improvised, whatever vocalizations you want to put. There is like a secondary lyric to these as somebody is singing, "Seen angels fall." There's like a spoken word, "Door generous." Door glowing red. Door summoning. Door resurrect. Door generous. Door glowing red. Door summoning. Door resurrect. Yeah, you get the point. You would kind of need two voices if you do this song live. If I recorded this in a studio or my home studio, whatever, I could just combine the vocals, on whatever program I'm using. But ideally, you would want two people singing because there's "Seen angels fall." Door generous. You kind of have to combine those two parts together. That's the song. Like it's pretty simple, man, but I think it works. If I could play the whole thing through, maybe it'd be 4 or 5 minute song. Probably about 5 minutes, I think. And yeah, there's a lot of opportunities for cool guitar parts. Yeah, there's no chorus, and a lot of the songs I'm going to be doing in the future are similar. I just don't put a chorus in there. I don't know, I'm anti-chorus, or maybe because my vocals are kind of weaker, I don't want to put choruses and bridges, like I said. And I don't know, just the way the songs develop. I don't want to force a chorus in there if it doesn't fit. Because somebody says, "You can't have a song without a chorus. What are you, like some... Are you an alien, man?" Like it doesn't work that way. Some songs you don't really need that shit. You just go with what you originally can come up with. I could ramble about some other stuff, but yeah, I like this song primarily because it's simple. You can play it as an acoustic song, even if it calls for heavy distortion. You could play it as an acoustic song. And it reminds me of Siamese Dream a little bit in spirit, I guess. But yeah, it's got an epic feel to it. I even added this to a screenplay I wrote. Everything is Free, named after the Gillian Welch song. I had a screenplay called Everything is Free. It's like a psychological horror, and it's about like a girl from the country. She moves to Greenwich Village in the 60s to be a folk singer, and all this crazy shit happens, and it's a horror movie with witches and demons and all this crazy shit. And I thought this song fit this story so well. How the entertainment industry can fuck up like an innocent person like that. So it plays into that theme, Seen Angels Fall. Like, I wrote the screenplay after I wrote this song, so but I had to put it in there. Within that story of the screenplay, I wrote like maybe 5 or 6 original songs, and then it hit me. I had to put this song in there too, and just make it more in a folky fashion. If that movie ever got made, yeah, it would be more like how I'm playing it now. Maybe I would have to remove some of the other heavy parts and just play it like as a folk song. And yeah, maybe that's why this song's always in my head as well, because I like the story I came up with. There is one thing I forgot during the outro. It made me just think of it when I was discussing that. During the outro section, I did come up with a different part, which if I can remember how to play it, because it was like a finger pick type of thing. Yeah. I think it was just something simple like that. Just to add to that. I don't know if I'll keep that. It's kind of cheesy, but I always want to have some kind of a harmonic thing that I hear in my head. So people could play it up here. Because I think that's the beauty of Siamese Dream. You could listen to it for the 50th time and you'll notice something in the guitar harmonies or some layering that you're like, holy shit, I never heard that before. And that's why I like Siamese Dream so much. Like, I always had to have that CD in my car back when I had a car. Because it's just a good album to rock out to. Whatever, I'm losing my train of thought completely now. But yeah, the most important thing I would say is that this album, on Sundays, I like to play God. It's supposed to be a tribute to Siamese Dream, and that's why I want to have heavy electric guitar stuff. This might be the only song, maybe a few others, that could be played acoustically, and it kind of works. But almost every other song on the album would be crazy loud shoegaze. I'll link everything to my Substack page so you could read more about the inspiration behind this song. I'll link Siamese Dream. I'll link Soundgarden, probably Jesus Christ Pose, because that's still a classic song. Or Outshine, maybe, or Rusty Cage. I think I wrote in my book that Rusty Cage is like my favorite guitar riff of all time. It's one of them. It hits me every time I hear it. And I'll link, what was the other one I mentioned? I forget now. Shit. I'll have to go back and remember it. Or Ministry. Yeah, Ministry. Maybe they're kind of spiritual as well. I don't know. I don't know their newer stuff as well. I just know that one album, but that one album blew me away. So if you go to my Substack page, I'm gonna write a post about this song. I'm gonna include the original demo, and I'll put some songs from Siamese Dream that inspired this track. Soundgarden, Bad Motorfinger. Maybe I'll pick Jesus Christ Pose, and I'll pick a Ministry song to share kind of the atmosphere I'm going for. I don't think I'm ever going to make an industrial album because that's very foreign to my ears. I don't know any industrial music besides Nine Inch Nails and maybe some ambient stuff. But I like the feel of it. It almost makes you feel like claustrophobic sometimes, which isn't always a good feeling, but as long as the song could resolve the claustrophobia and bring you to an open space by the end. And that's kind of what industrial music does sometimes. And yeah, I think I'll wrap it up there before I ramble too idiotically. And yeah, go listen to some music.